I just want to verify that I'm meeting with the correct person. Your age is 34. Your pronouns is she and her, and your gender is a female, of course.
Right.
So, what brought you in today?
I just thought it would be good to talk to somebody. I just went through another move. I'm a military spouse, so I've been through a few of those, but for some reason, this one's kind of hitting me harder than the rest of them. So it's been kind of a challenge just getting used behind and dealing with the kids being older, and it's a little bit hard on them now. So there's a bit of guilt with that because I feel bad as a parent when they're struggling to meet new friends, get used to new schools and stuff like that. So
Yeah, so you're here because you're a military wife and you're now moving from where?
I moved from Alaska. I actually moved to Nebraska in the summer. So things are getting better, but they're still kind of harder than I think they should be 6 months after a move. So
And how long was you in Alaska?
4.5 years. Still a while. Yeah.
How was the safety for you and your kids there versus Nebraska?
The safety? Well, I mean, our home life is the same, but there we were in a much smaller community. It felt safer. Here it's a little bit bigger community, and I'm a lot closer to our neighbors, so it makes me like kind of nervous to have them out playing places because I just don't know. You know, every place has its different challenges or different crime rates, and so it's just learning what's safe and what's not safe in the new area kind of causes a little apprehension. So
have you joined like military wise groups or try to get any like input from anyone that's in Nebraska to get you more comfortable with the state for you and your kids?
Not too much. I do go to church, and so even though I didn't know anybody from church here, my religion is very movable. So it's the same everywhere. So that's helpful because it kind of has continuity. The kids always know what to expect when they go to church, and so it's just getting used to new people at church. But that's always kind of helpful because we always know that there's somebody we can call if we need help with something.
I completely understand. So how has church been going for you in Nebraska that's helping you with being comfortable with taking the move and like your kids meeting new people at church? And is it a good positive thing in your life or has it been still a burden on you?
I think it's always a mix of both because with church attendance, there's always obligations to do certain things. So if you're tired or overwhelmed with other life things, it's kind of hard. But at the same time, it keeps you obligated to be around those people, and that's also a good thing. So it's good for the kids because they have people that they can do stuff right away. It just takes time to build friendships, and so that there's no rushing that.
And how many moves have you made since you been a military wife?
I'm gonna say 5 or 6. So, but sorry. Most of them are when the kids were younger, and it's always easier to move when they're younger. When they're older, like my oldest is 14, so he's at an age where his friends are very important. He's gonna get in that stage where his friends are kind of more important than his parents sometimes. So just to watch our kids struggle, that kind of adds another layer of kind of a little bit of stress, and just you want them to be happy wherever they're at, and that takes time. So
I completely understand. So you want your kids to be happy, and you try. More importantly, is your kids versus you adjusting, correct?
Yeah. Because for myself, I know that like this move's been harder for me as well. I don't know why, but usually I'm pretty adaptive. Most military spouses are, and usually we make friends very quickly. We just don't take the time that you'd normally take, which like we only know, especially if you know they're only be somewhere for a year, you just immediately make friends with your military neighbors and you just start doing things. But sometimes when you live in like a civilian community opposed to like a military community, it's harder because people have lived here for 10, 15, 20 years. They don't really reach out to each other as much. It's weird. You think that they would because they know each other more. But military families just know they don't have that time. So they just kind of cut the first bit of like the intro stuff and they just kind of bond with each other. And because they're coming from the same experience. So the military kids bond faster too because the kids understand each other. So some of my kids have made the best friends with other military kids because they relate to them. But for some reason, I've been more closed off this time. I think I've been kind of like keeping people at arm's reach because I have been like, I'm not ready to like bond with people again, which is weird. That's not my personality type, but for some reason, this move, I've been that way, and I recognize that about myself recently that I've been doing that, and so I've been kind of cutting myself off from what could be a supportive network. I don't really like all my network is like other side of the country or in different time zones right now, so that's not the ideal situation for my stress level. Which doesn't help then me deal with my kids going through similar things. So
you being standoffish and not trying to establish a bond, but you're going to church. So how does church help you with trying to get over that hump of trying to bond with others?
well, at least forces it at least once or twice a week. So that's why I'm saying like that's a good thing, even if I don't want to. But it's very easy when people from church want to do things for me to turn it down. I'm like, I just don't have the energy to socialize right now, but I'm trying to do better with that because I know that that's not a good pattern, and in the long run, it will be a bad thing for me. So, but it's been kind of an uphill battle, and like I said, I don't know why I've been more reserved about it. I've actually, like I said, I've actually actively been like pushing people away a little bit, or at least turning down events or things where people invite me to go. I'm like, I don't really want to go. Mm-hmm. So it's been a bit of a challenge.
Okay, so what would you have to do to accomplish this goal of you bonding with people, making sure that your kids okay, and meeting friends and doing teenager things because you have a 14-year-old, correct?
Yeah. Well, I have 4 kids. So
14-year-old.
Yeah, I have a 14-year-old, I have a 12-year-old girl, a 9-year-old girl, and a 7-year-old girl. So it's a lot because they're all in different stages and their needs are completely different. They're in different schools. There's been some better things about the schools here and some things not as good. That's how it is every time we move. But yeah, our 12-year-old girl's like hitting that puberty stage, and her needs are changing, and the 14-year-old boy is kind of angsty right now. So that makes things a little bit more challenging and then he's in a house full of girls. So meeting his needs. In our past place, he had boys in the neighborhood, but now we actually have to like take him places or, so he's cut off from as much support as he had because he can't just go hang out. We have to give him a ride or arrange it or whatnot. So.
Okay, so I see that you're having difficulty transitioning to your new home, which is in Nebraska, correct?
Yeah.
And you're going to church, and you're going to church, so you're trying to establish a bond, but it's hard for you as of now. Do you feel like it's maybe school or overwhelming of school work or anything like that have you pushed off it from other people?
I think maybe there's some stress there. So the stress kind of wears me down. And so then I don't really want to spend the energy to socialize because I think there's a little bit of energy that's spent when you first get to know people. And, with your friends you've had for a while, you're comfortable. And so you don't feel like you have to pretend or anything like that. And with new people, you kind of have that warming up period. And so it's like having an interview and it's just kind of stressful. So it's hard to want to put energy toward that, I guess.
So what exactly do you need to do as a mom for yourself and your kids to shape your future in the way you want it to be?
I think we need to take steps to get back to a new normal. I feel like we've been in transition for almost a year now before you move, and then there was months of in between we were waiting for housing to close, and then we've only really been in our house for a few months and getting used to people. And I think I need to keep a long perspective of that, and I need to just continually make steps, maybe not too much all at once, but keep making steps toward normalizing our life.
I agree that normalizing your life would be perfect for you guys. I feel like you can count on the people at church, and when you get comfortable with the move, you'll be okay. And that's it.